Two running backs, two coaches, and two schools clash tonight down in Heber Valley. We will be here all night covering the game, and for the next hour, we are joining you live from Dairy Keene. It's a special episode of The Scoreboard, and it's all happening right now. Hey everyone, we are here at Dairy Keene Live. Blake O'Rulian here for week one of high school football season. We are so much looking forward to this big crosstown rivalry tonight. It's going to be Wasatch versus Park City. Last couple of years, Wasatch has gotten the upper hand, but we are very much so looking forward to some of these new faces, and we're going to be talking about them for the next hour or so here at Dairy Keene. We've got Steve Coburn on the show. We've got head coach Josh Monzingo on the show. We've also got a couple of running backs in Mason Grover over at Park City, and we've also got Chris Cook. So we are very excited for that specific part of it, talking to these players a little bit. Mason Grover going to be making his comeback game this time around. It's going to be 12 months since the last time he played football for the Park City Miners, and so we're really looking forward to that as well. We're going to have Brent Martindale on the show. We're going to be giving away stuff. It's going to be a fantastic show, and it's all coming up in just a little bit here on The Scoreboard. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more.
Hi guys, I'm Jen at the Dairy King. We're famous here for our ice cream. We have 84 different kinds of shapes. We also have some amazing food. So come and try our chicken strips, our fish and chips dinners, our burgers, our fries, our sweet potato fries. Oh my gosh, we've got so much. Once you go over to the Heber Valley Railroad and ride their train, then of course you have to come here and see all of our trains. Our family's serving your family since 1946. We hope to see you soon here at the Dairy King.
Hey everyone, Blake O'Rulian here, just to remind you to make sure to watch The Scoreboard every Tuesday and Friday right here on PCTV at 6 and 10 p.m. for exclusive coverage on top-level athletes across the Wasatch Back. We can't wait to see you there.
Hi, this is Andrew here with the management team at Sun & Ski Sports in Park City. We're all about helping you find the right gear for the best adventures. Stop by our full-service shop to learn how we can help keep your equipment at peak performance and our assortment of rentals. Come explore our selection of skis, snowboards, bikes, clothing, and footwear. Call or visit us in Park City or learn more at sunandski.com. Remember, whatever your adventures may be, you can find all your gear here at Sun & Ski Sports.
Hi, I'm Maddie Evans.
I'm Blake O'Rulian.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Well, then we've got you covered in 4 great mountain towns: Park City, Utah, Vail, Colorado, Steamboat Springs, Colorado, and Reno, Tahoe.
You can tune in at Park City TV, TV8 Vail, or thescoreboardnation.com. We'll see you there every day at 6:30 p.m.
So the Park City head coach, Josh Monzingo, has been around for quite some time, but for the last 4 years that they've played Wasatch, they're 1-3. And so I wanted to get his perspective on this rivalry, where he thinks they stand and where he thinks that they can come out with a victory tonight. Let's take a look at that. And just after this segment, we're going to be talking to Jan from the Dairy King. We're also going to be doing some giveaways, so don't go anywhere. But for right now, let's take it over to myself and Josh Monzingo. Hey everyone, right now we are hanging out with Coach Josh Monzingo of Park City Football. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We are really looking forward to this big game on Friday. How much are you looking forward to week 1 of the high school football season?
Oh, it's like Christmas. You're always excited for that first one. Can't wait. You know, you've put a summer worth of work, off seasons in the books, and it's time to go hit somebody besides yourselves, which is always a lot of fun.
I kind of wanted to ask you about that. How has this summer been? I know there was a 7-on-7 in Heber that you guys went to. There's been some other things going on. What has this summer been like for you?
Oh, it's been busy. It's full of 7-on-7, like I say. We went to about 3 or 4 tournaments and had a great time, got a lot of good experience. Lifted in the mornings and doing some speed work with our track coach who helps us to develop these fast kids that we're lucky to have, and just being together, having some fun times.
Obviously, every year is different. Last year, you had Stone Combs. You had, I'm trying to think, Carson Tabarachi, who was a huge name as well. This year, you've got some new faces. Every year, the team changes a little bit. That's one of the hardest parts of your job. Yep. But what are some of the new things that Park City football is going to be looking at this year?
You know, we're switching things up. We'll be more of a spread team, more of a tempo team. We're not the smash mouth team anymore, but as you noticed, some of the big guys graduated. Our O-line is all gone. They were the big road graders, and we have a lot of speed and a lot of athleticism, so we're going to have to use that. So we looked at what we had, and I think we're going to feature them both offensively and defensively, use their talents.
I talked to Mason Grover actually earlier today. He mentioned specifically the younger offensive line. Which of these guys are you specifically looking forward to on this offensive line?
You know, I don't know if there's just one in particular. You know, one that I like that we have back is we do have a senior coming back. We have one. He's done a great job with some leadership, and Sean Burnett's done a fantastic job at left tackle for us. He's really grown into that position. He's long, he's athletic, and now he kind of knows what he's doing. He spent last year on the O-line for the first time. So having him back is one thing I'm really excited about. He helps to gel that line together.
I hate to bring up bad news, but I mean, the team is 1-3 right now against Wasatch over the last 4 years. I know that this team is more talented than teams in the past as well, so this is going to be a special night on Friday. Where do you see this team better than Wasatch right now?
Sure. I mean, you could say we're 1-3, but they took their ball and went home a couple years ago because there was thunder and lightning in the area, and they didn't want to finish the game. But other than that, yeah, they've gotten us the last couple, and we need to get back on that winning way. And just every year's a tough one with a team like that because they're big, they're strong, they're, you know, the size of a 6A school, but also it's a rivalry. The kids know each other, it's just over the hill, and you're going to get everybody's best effort on that. So you just got to manage the emotions. I think that's one of the things coming into this game.
One of the interesting storylines, I think, is Matt Kelson. He's the sophomore quarterback, jumping from JV, making that big step up as just a sophomore to the varsity level. Is that something that you are aware of? Is that something that you're interested in seeing as you are the head coach?
I don't know if I'm aware or interested in, but, you know, I just look forward to get these guys getting on the field and everybody showing who they are and what they can do. And, you know, we have some new pieces that people are going to be exposed to, which I'm excited for people to find out.
Could you give us a couple of those new names that you're specifically looking forward to?
You know, not necessarily. I mean, number one, I'm excited that we have a new kicker who came in this year. We lost a good one in Shagan from last year who really was an amazing kid. He came out first year ever kicking off the soccer field because of COVID. He was bored, needed something to do, and realized, oh, I'm pretty good at this. And if he'd done it for a couple of years, he'd have gone to a much bigger college, but he is kicking in college next year at St. Thomas, which that's a pretty big accomplishment in 1 year. So we pulled another one off the soccer roster, and he's got an even bigger leg, I think. Now, the other one's more proven, but I'm excited to have a kicker that can put it in the end zone, that can put it through the uprights, that kind of comes with a little bit of moxie as a basketball player. He's used to shooting free throws and having some stress, pressure. So it's a little different here, so we'll see what that looks like. But I'm excited for him to see what he can do. That's one of our guys right there.
Definitely something to look forward to. I wanted to ask you one quick thing. I'm going to give you a player's name. If you could just give me one adjective about them on the Park City team. Chase Byer.
Let's see, one adjective. Cerebral. He's very cerebral.
Mason Grover.
Tough as nails.
Carson Baines.
You know, he's another cerebral one, but let's see. Fast, very fast.
We can't wait for this game. We appreciate the time so much, Coach. Thank you so much. We'll see you on Friday.
Absolutely.
I'm here at this extraordinary property in the heart of Park City on historic Main Street. This stunning location features world-class shopping, dining, and nightlife. I'm Stephanie J. This is the Opulent Minute. Parkite 34 offers all you need to impress and entertain your guests. With a contemporary aesthetic, both indoor and outdoor living spaces are perfect for relaxing after a long day on the slopes or enjoying the culture of historic Main Street. This property features modern designer furnishings and a large, streamlined gourmet kitchen equipped with all the essentials. The Parkite complex features a fully equipped fitness center, and ski lockers are located just behind the lobby. Ideal for those who want a vacation home feel, but with the amenities of a traditional hotel. I'm going to spend a little time relaxing by the fire here before meeting friends on Main Street. I'm Stephanie J. We'll see you next time on the Opulent Minute. Contact us today, opulentvacations.com.
Take some time, look around. Steal the sun and hit the ground. Could it be? Could it be? Oh, living a life everything we gotta do what feels right.
Sit back, relax, and leave the driving to us.
Craft Lake City DIY Festival, a 3-day art festival showcasing handmade work from local artists and makers, including paintings, pottery, jewelry, vintage clothing, and more. There'll also be live music and multicultural performances, local food trucks, a fun and creative kids area, DIY stations, and a STEM building. Friday, August 12th through Sunday the 14th at Utah State Fair Park. Tickets and information at craftlakecity.com.
Hey everyone, right now we're here again live at Dairy King, and we're here right now with Jan from Dairy King. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Oh, thanks for coming. Isn't it crazy?
It is crazy. It is packed. People are getting ready for the game. They're getting their food.
I'm excited about this rivalry.
And I would assume that it's going to be even more packed with younger kids in just a little bit, in a couple of hours, maybe after the game. Is that correct?
Of course, everybody comes here after the game.
This is the favorite.
Everybody.
This is like everyone's favorite spot to come to right after the game. You probably get huge crowds. And is the line probably usually out the door?
Well, we hope not. It'll be cold and windy. We hope we can get you in, get it warm, get all that ice cream. Don't forget the ice cream.
Well, Jan, everybody loves the ice cream. Everybody loves the food here. I've got to ask you a little bit about this restaurant. How did it come to be? How long has it been open for? I'll start with that.
Well, my family has been in business since 1946, so that's 75 years. But we started the Dairy King in 1968, and it was a little teeny building, and the first day in business, we did $300. So we said, hey, we should keep doing this. And what we did is it was a Dairy Queen. We changed the QU to a K, and here we are. It's a crazy name, but it works.
With Dairy King, was it something did that have to change? Was it franchised under that name before?
Yeah, the sign said Dairy Queen, and we didn't want to be a franchise, but we had the sign. So if you paint out the QU and make it a K, voila.
What an exciting, I mean, that's so interesting. I didn't realize that, but I have always wondered with the name and everything like that, if there's any affiliation to it.
No.
Obviously now it's completely cut.
Oh yeah, it was cut in 1968.
Mm-hmm. And now you have a very successful restaurant. I mean, people come here all the time. It's got an interesting theme. There are trains all over the place. I wanted to ask you.
Trains everywhere. My father loved trains. He was instrumental in saving the railroad for the Heber Valley Railroad with the state of Utah. And so we said, hey, we could put trains in the ceiling. So we have trains in the ceiling. We have trains on the walls. We have things that people make for us. We have things that people buy for us. I saw this in a store and knew you had to have it. So we have it.
That's one thing I wanted to ask you about was the local restaurant business being here. There's so many people here that know this specific place. They come here, they know that they're going to see you. They know that they're going to have good employees and things like that. Do you think what are some of the things that you've maybe learned from having this business and some of the big highlights of it, I guess I should say?
I've learned that it changes every day. Every single day is different. Certainly with COVID, that was a whole new thing. This week is a whole new thing. We started asking for tips. Why? Because everybody else was asking for tips, and if we don't ask, then our employees go somewhere else. It's a crazy thing. It's uncomfortable for us, but we're making it work. So every day is a new day. Every day is a new problem.
Does it ever get tiring? Do you ever get tired of doing this? Is there some bliss in it in your day to day?
I must love it because my sister and my brother and I, we each work at least 16 hours every single day.
And are you here 7 days a week?
I'm here 6 days a week. We are closed on Sunday, but I am at my house doing bookkeeping on Sundays. So don't tell anybody.
What is maybe one of the highlights or maybe a story that you have from being here? What's maybe one of the funnest things that have happened through being here at this restaurant, through being a big part of the restaurant?
Well, I tell you, the craziest thing we had on Father's Day, we had somebody break in. They broke in, broke the glass, went into the walk-in cooler and got stuck in the walk-in cooler. So they had to break another glass window and crawl out. It's crazy. The only thing that she got was an ice cream cone. That's the only thing she got. But it makes a good story, right?
Well, it makes sense that they're reaching for the ice cream because that's one of the things that it's most popular for. What is to you your favorite different flavor of ice cream here at the restaurant?
Well, right now we have peach, which is one of my favorites. Peach raspberry is definitely my favorite. But I have to eat gluten-free. And so we have a huge gluten-free menu. We have so many options for people who eat gluten-free. So the peach raspberry, and the peach cobbler you can't eat if you're gluten-free, but it's amazing nonetheless. So we are highlighting those, and pumpkin will start in about a month. You know, everybody loves pumpkin, right?
What was it about the ice cream, the burgers, the fries? What was it about that food that you wanted to open up a restaurant?
I don't know that we ever started wanting to open a restaurant. It was like, here's the restaurant, go ahead. When I was a year old, I stood in the window and waved. That was my job at a year old, was to get people to notice me. It was like that, you know, pay attention to me kind of little kid. So I didn't really have a choice. I've always just been here, but I can't imagine my life without it. This is what we do. This is what we love, and we love being part of this wonderful community.
Well, we love that you are part of this community. It's packed in here. I mean, people are from all over the place. It is a little crazy, but it also brings a lot of joy and a lot of closeness to the community.
Right. And we work really hard on getting things done really, really fast. Getting you in, getting you out, getting things to you.
Well, Jan, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Well, thanks for coming.
Coming up in just a little bit, we're going to be talking to Wasatch's head coach, Steve Coburn, about their matchup later tonight, Wasatch versus Park City, week 1 of high school football. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on the Scoreboard.
Join host Mitch English and Reese Pascal for Daily Flash, a live, upbeat, and fun take on today's news, entertainment, and social media trends. Our host will keep you informed, entertained, and ready to jumpstart your day. Tune in to Daily Flash.
Here in Park City, there's a variety of local businesses that offer a wide range of services. From dining to galleries, outdoor adventures, and shopping, there's a lot out there. When looking for a business in Park City, simplify your search with the Park City Business Directory. Just go to visitparkcity.com, click on the Business Directory tab, and search for a local business. By using local businesses, you help boost the local economy and keep your money in Park City.
When people think of world-class destinations, they're drawn to a place that provides opportunities for fine dining, shopping, superior lodging, exciting events, and unparalleled outdoor activities. Park City, Utah, and Vail, Colorado are renowned destinations for travelers and extraordinary homes for residents. Feature your exceptional products and services in these 2 luxury communities. Advertise with Park City Television and TV8 Vail. Contact us today.
Set artwork for Mountain Connections is provided by Park City Fine Art.
Here at Park City Fine Art, we have 5 galleries located here on historic Main Street in Park City. We would love for you to come down, see the galleries, see what we have to offer. We have a number of different artists that we have that are here for you and for your collection.
Hi guys, I'm Janet, the Dairy King. We're famous here for our ice cream. We have 84 different kinds of shapes. We also have some amazing food, so come and try our chicken strips, our fish and chips dinners, our burgers, our fries, our sweet potato fries. Oh my gosh, we've got so much. Once you go over to the Heber Valley Railroad and ride their train, then of course you have to come here and see all of our trains. Our family serving your family since 1946. We hope to see you soon here at the Dairy King.
Hey everyone, we are back live at Dairy King, and earlier in the show, we talked to Park City's head coach, Josh Monzingo. He's going to be on the Park City side of the ball tonight, but we are now going to move it over to Wasatch's side with Steve Coburn, who has also been at the helm of Wasatch football for a very long time. And our own Brent Martindale got the chance to talk to him a little bit about the game, as well as how this summer has gone. So let's take it over to Brent and Coach Coburn.
Hey, we're at Wasatch High School. Football time is here. We're with Steve Coburn, the head football coach at Wasatch High School. Coach, thank you so much for taking a minute. Let's talk just a little bit before the season starts. We're so excited. Great finish last year. You have what we consider a successful 2021, finishing 10th in the state. Probably not where you were hoping to be, but tell us a little bit what that experience was like and how it's been for the year.
Yeah, it was a great experience for us last year, going in and playing against a great program like Lehigh High School. And, the year before we had them here at our place in the playoffs, and last year we got there. And, it was a disappointing loss, but I tell you what, that's the steps we need to continue to take as a football program to get up there with those guys.
Well, Lehigh, of course, going on to win the state championship against another region foe, Springville. But a fantastic season. Many things learned, I'm sure. Let's talk about the new season now. You've been practicing for a couple of weeks. How are things looking? How are you feeling at the moment?
Yeah, we've been going for 2 weeks now. We with 2-a-days and conditioning and testing and stuff like that. The last 2 weeks, we had our scrimmage on Friday, and then we gave them the weekend off, and so we're back out here today for the first day of preparation for the new season. I like where we're at. We have a good group of last year we had 30 seniors. This year we got 28 seniors. So that, again, tells us how, the program's going when you can have that many seniors coming back each year. And so I like where we're at with those guys. We've got some new young guys stepping up and having to fill in some big shoes from last year. But I like where we're at with them.
We were talking earlier before the interview about the turnover rate. We'll talk about guys in just a minute. This, rivalry week right off the start, we got Park City. Again, we'll talk about that also. But let's talk about some of your returners, okay, before we get into the new guys. Who's taking charge? Who's showing what they got this week?
Right. Defensively, we have Caden Luke, who's returning at safety for us, and he's just done a fantastic job. In the offseason, Caden joined the wrestling team and bought into our philosophy of being a multi-sport athlete, and especially on the wrestling team, and he's looking really good. He's a great leader for our program. Sawyer Johansson at linebacker, as a senior, doing a great job, be a 2-year starter. Colton Brisk, a junior, at the other outside linebacker, be a 2-year starter for us this year. On Chris Cook on offense is doing a great job. Continues to get healthy. He's had a great off season. He ran track. He's bigger. He's stronger now. He's faster.
So I kind of had a shoulder, little separation in my shoulder last year, but I'm fully recovered from that. And then I've been having a hamstring problem that I got back in April. It's kind of taken a little bit longer to heal than I've liked, and it's kind of scared me a little bit, but I'm pretty much 100% now. So.
And we're looking for big things from Chris. Geraldo Payan at center is returning there. Austin McNaughton on the offensive line, and those guys will also be playing defensive line as well, somewhat. So those are the guys, returning, that are guys that we look to shoulder the leadership roles for us.
Gotcha.
And then. Stepping in, Crew Erickson, who played some for us last year, was our JV quarterback, but he'll be stepping in at wide receiver for us this year. He's had a great offseason. He's bigger, he's stronger, he's faster. He was the lead guy on the baseball team this last offseason. Carter Bacad is a junior who played some varsity for us last year, was our sophomore quarterback last year, and he will be playing slot receiver and outside linebacker, corner. Carter's one of those guys we're going to have on the field when we need him on the field, but he'll be starting for us at receiver. And, filling in on the offensive lines, we haven't really settled in on some of those guys yet. We've got some young guys that have come up. Robbie Whelan, who's a freshman, that's had a great preseason. He may get some time in there. And middle linebacker Trevin Rothwell, who was a lineman for us last year. He's trimmed down a little bit, picked up his speed a little bit, and he's going to be playing at the middle linebacker along with Jackson Stone, who is a senior, so seniors there. Josh Davis is a senior that is going to be getting some playing time in the secondary. Colton Bassett right now is penciled in as a corner for us. He's a sophomore, and he's just a strong, well-versed, smart athlete. Also played baseball. So again, most of these guys are multi-sport guys and athletes that just do great things, and they're all good in the classroom, and I'm just really excited about this work ethic and the potential these guys have.
Follow your favorite extreme sports athletes with the Telly Award-winning show, The Line. If you're an adrenaline junkie and need a daily dose of base jumping, skydiving, highlining, biking, kayaking, and more, then look no further. We've got you covered. Catch JT Holmes, Andy Lewis, Cam Zink, and many more extreme sport athletes here on The Line. Check your local listings for more information.
Hey there, I'm your local bear. You know, the one you hide food from when camping. Looks like you're feeling overwhelmed right now, so I'm reaching out to let you know that it's okay to want to be alone and hibernate sometimes without feeling guilty for needing space. It's part of my nature, and it's part of yours too. Changes in our mental health are just part of our nature. If you or someone you know need mental health support, go to partofournature.org/summitut.
Brought to you by Connect Summit County.
Today we bring you the first part of our global broadcast exclusive conversation.
The streets of Tahrir have once again been filled.
Key issues here at the United Nations Climate Change Conference remain unresolved.
Police are saying the protesters to move further and further away.
I'm Amy Goodman.
And I'm Juan Gonzalez.
And those are some of the headlines. This is Democracy Now!
The Park City bus system offers fast, convenient transportation free of charge. Hop on and get to where you're going fast. Several different lines provide service from Deer Valley all the way to Kimball Junction. With so many stops, it's almost certain your destination will be mere steps away. So skip the hassle of driving and parking when moving around Park City. This is all made possible with local tax dollars. So next time you have a choice, keep it PC by buying local to support Park City's free bus system.
Welcome back into the Scoreboard. I'm your host, Blake O'Rulean. We are live here at Dairy Queen. Coming up next, we have got Mason Grover. Now, 12 months ago, Mason played in this specific game, the Wasatch versus Park City Week 1 matchup that we all know and love. And Mason ended up going down with multiple injuries, 3 carries, 67 yards in just the short amount of time he got in his junior season. And this senior season, he's looking forward to a whole lot more. Here's myself sitting down with Mason Grover. Hey everyone, right now we are joined by a senior over at Park City High School. It's Mason Grover. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, of course.
This has been a long time coming, I should say, for you. You haven't played a game in a little bit.
It's been a minute.
Are you excited to get back on the field this Friday?
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait. You know, there's been a rough off-season, you know, and a season cut short. So last year was kind of just like a glimpse of what's going to happen. And I'm just excited to get out there and like actually show what I could do.
That glimpse was a very impressive one, I should say. 3 carries for 67 yards. You're averaging 22 yards per carry right now. I mean, I don't assume that that's going to be the entire season like that, but I mean, tell me a little bit about how bummed you were when you went down last year.
I mean, honestly, shock kind of kicked in. You know, I was like, I didn't really realize, you know, how good I was playing. I was just trying to, you know, do good, trying to win, and went down, thought I heard a pop, turned out it was a crack. And, you know, I kind of convinced myself it was just like a sprained ankle or something, and I was like, I'll just go back in, maybe miss the rest of the game, but I'll be back next week. And trainers are looking at it, you know, and they're feeling around, they're squeezing on it, and they're like, go to the ER. And that's kind of when it hit me. I'm like, this might not be good.
Wow, so you must have had like a little bit of an adrenaline rush right there. You didn't really feel much, I would assume.
I definitely felt it for like probably like 30 seconds before shock really kicked in. I was down on that goal line over there. I'm blocking, and I just like it heard a crack, and the pain was pretty bad for a sec until shock kicked in.
Well, you're back this year. How much are you looking forward to it? I guess first question should be, how has this summer been for you?
Summer's been good. A lot of prep. With the team, we've been doing speed and lifting in the morning. That was for the first half of the summer, and now, you know, July, we're practicing and just getting ready.
Yeah. What are some things that you're specifically looking forward to with this new roster and things like that?
Honestly, just getting out there and see how we all click together. You know, we had some seniors leave, and I think we definitely replaced them nicely, but, you know, our offense is a little bit different. We're passing more, and I really like it, and I'm just excited to see how it all works out. How's
Chase looking specifically at the quarterback position?
He's looking nice,
yeah.
You know, classic Chase. He's, with this new offense, you know, gets to show his arm a little bit more. We're a little bit more spread out, some shorter passes, but it's a lot more passing than last year, so it's going to be on display.
Is there kind of a gap here without Carson Tabarachi being here?
You know, when seniors leave, there's always going to be like a little time period where it's tough trying to figure out how to replace them and what you're going to do there, but I think we got a lot of talent, and I think, you know, we're going to miss him, obviously, but I think we'll still be good.
This team is going to be facing a Wasatch team who is a lot younger, and right now you, over the last 4 years, are 1-3 against them in the last 4 years. Do you think that you can pull out a victory this year against a Wasatch team that is a lot younger, a lot less experienced, versus your team who has a lot of returners coming back?
You know, honestly, I don't know how much experience really plays into it. It's more about chemistry, so we really just got to see how they play, but I'm focused on our team, and I know we're looking good, we're playing good together, and, you know, I could look at anyone out there that's playing, and I want to win for them and not just for myself, and I think that'll help us win this year.
How much do you miss football right now?
Yeah, that off season was tough, and, you know, just, you know, standing on the sideline, being on crutches, and just watching people play, and knowing you should be out there or could have been out there, it was pretty tough. But
what was like the number one thing you missed?
Honestly, just pregame. You know, like the locker room with everyone, and you had the speakers blasting, and everyone was, you know, putting their drip on, getting all their gloves on, like, and just the energy was always so good. You know, even if you were like a little bit nervous to go out there and play, like everyone was still excited, and that was fun.
I gotta ask you, as a player who last year, you know, you had a great game leading up to what happened with your injury, and then this is gonna be your first game back in a year. I gotta ask you, like, do you have a little bit of timidness, or is there some anxiety thinking to yourself, what if I re-injure it? What if something else happens? Like, I can't not play another season.
Yeah, so I definitely struggled with that for a little bit. You know, a lot of physical therapy and like learning how to run and stuff. I wouldn't really put weight on it, and cutting was kind of an issue, but at this point in the season, like, I'm fully back, I'm fully recovered. I got a lot of metal in it, so I can't re-break it. But yeah, I definitely had some issues with, you know, like trusting my body, but I'm past that. I'm just gonna give it everything I got.
Located in sunny San Diego, just steps from one of the most prestigious beaches in California. I'm Stephanie J. This is the Opulent Minute. Located just a half a block to La Jolla Shores Beach, this property has amazing outdoor space, which includes a large deck off the living room and decks off each bedroom. The jacuzzi on the back patio is perfect for relaxing in after a long day at the beach. I'm here with Andres, the owner of Dinner with a Chef. Tell us a bit about the services that you offer.
We offer personal chef experiences for any occasion where you're able to enjoy your guest while leaving the rest to us.
For more information, visit opulentvacations.com. The open, contemporary design, complete with marble flooring and modern appliances, make this the ultimate luxury beach accommodation.
Opulent Vacations signature concierge service is included with every reservation.
I'm heading down to the beach to soak up some sun. Thanks for watching the Opulent Minute.
Book now at opulentvacations.com.
Park City Television is bringing you the outdoor lifestyle you crave. Tune in daily from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. to see the adventure on The Line, Scoreboard, Scoreboard Nation, Urban America, Outdoor America, and more. Find us online at parkcity.tv or Comcast Xfinity Channel 17 and 102.
A higher level that I was kind of competing at all the time.
Like, these guys don't expect me to be good.
He's my best friend in the whole world.
Nice to see the hard work, I put in pay off.
It was really rough. I was like, I don't know what's going on.
The best kid I've ever had.
She got cheated out of that one a little bit.
If I don't have a positive impact, do I really want to come back and do this again?
It was brutal. It was tough.
This is what we needed. This is what we needed as a squad.
Hola, soy tu borrego cimarrón local. Ya sabes, el de tu caminata favorita. Puede ser que te sientas deprimido ahora mismo. Te estoy diciendo que está bien si te sientes bajo de ánimo de vez en cuando. Si necesitas ayuda para llegar a un terreno más alto, solo pide ayuda. La escalada es parte de mi naturaleza y también es parte de la tuya. Cambios en nuestra salud mental son parte de nuestro carácter y si tú o alguien que conoces necesita apoyo de salud mental, ve a partofournature.org/Summit Utah.
Brought to you by Connect Summit County.
Hey everyone, welcome back into the Scoreboard. We're live here at Dairy King for the next couple of minutes or so. But right now, we're going to do a little bit of a giveaway. We're here with Mark Smedley. Thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome, Blake.
Well, we are very excited for this. We actually know that you are have a little bit of a tie to Wasatch High School. Is that correct?
Yeah, I've had 5 kids go to Wasatch. I've got my youngest who's senior, so she plays lacrosse and volleyball, but all of them have been involved in sports and enjoyed it. Yep.
And are you aware of the big game tonight? Are you looking forward to the big game tonight?
Oh, it's a big game tonight? Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
Park City and Wasatch. Yeah.
There just so happens to be the big crosstown rivalry tonight.
That's right. Big game.
Well, we found you here at Dairy King, and I wanted to ask you a little bit about it. I mean, you probably love coming here. Your whole family loves coming here. It's a wonderful restaurant. What is maybe your favorite item to get here? What's your go-to?
Oh, the Chicken Club sandwich. That's I don't even have to look at the menu. I get that and a Coke.
You know, Mark, I have heard that from multiple people now. They all say that the Chicken Club sandwich is absolutely to die for. And now I actually want to give you the opportunity to win a couple more of them on our own dime. So do you want to play a little game with us? All right, we're going to do a little bit of Wasatch football trivia here. Mark, we're going to ask you 3 questions. If you get a couple of them right, if you get one of them right, if we just like you, we'll probably give it to you. So how many touchdowns did running back Chris Cook have last year? Is it A, 6, B, 12, or C, 9? And I can say it again if you'd like.
No. I think 9.
You are absolutely correct. He did have 9 touchdowns last year.
Chris and I are really good friends. So
Chris is awesome. He's actually going to be coming up in the show in just a little bit. All right. Number 2, who is Wasatch's starting quarterback tonight? Is it going to be A, Caden Luke, B, Mac Kelson, or C, Adarius Edwards?
I think it's the first. Am I right?
Caden Luke?
Caden Luke.
That is incorrect. Caden Luke has actually transferred schools.
Oh, you're kidding.
And so actually tonight, one of the big storylines is Matt Kelson. He's a sophomore moving up from JV, and he's going to be making his start tonight.
Great.
We are very much so looking forward to it. A mobile quarterback, very fun to watch. We're looking forward to it. We got to get to know him a couple weeks ago here on the Scoreboard.
Okay,
all right, third question. Who is the head coach of Wasatch football? Is it A, Steve Coburn, B, James Ballstead, or C, Wade Disher?
Oh, Coburn.
Yes, it is Steve Coburn. 2 out of 3 correct. I think that deserves you
all right.
$30 to Dairy King, as well as a Scoreboard shirt. If you could show everyone really quickly the shirt really quick. There we go. Mark, thank you so much for doing this with us. We are very much so looking forward to this game.
Right, thank you.
Quick question. We just want to ask you, what is your prediction for the game? Who do you think is going to win? What is your maybe final score prediction?
Sorry, I dropped that. I think Wasatch High will win. It's a home game. You've got Chris Cook, who is phenomenal. I did not know about the change in the quarterback, and my prediction of it would be, I'll say 28. Let's see, 24, 26, 27-24.
27-24. It's going to be a close game. It's
Yeah.
going to be an exciting game. Lots of new faces for Wasatch, yes, and we are looking forward to it. Thank you so much. Now, if you want to join in on this fun, get a little bit of money towards some Dairy Queen food, we can actually get that happening right here. If you just call 435-649-0045, you will also be entered in to win our giveaway here for some more money towards Dairy Queen. Mark, thank you so much for the time. We're going to be right back in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here live from Dairy Queen in just a little bit.
Welcome aboard! Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Here in Park City, there's a variety of local businesses that offer a wide range of services. From dining to galleries, outdoor adventures, and shopping, there's a lot out there. When looking for a business in Park City, simplify your search with the Park City Business Directory. Just go to visitparkcity.com, click on the Business Directory tab, and search for a local business. By using local businesses, you help boost the local economy and keep your money in Park City.
Hi, this is Andrew here with the management team at Sun & Ski Sports in Park City. We're all about helping you find the right gear for the best adventures. Stop by our full-service shop to learn how we can help keep your equipment at peak performance and our assortment of rentals. Come explore our selection of skis, snowboards, bikes, clothing, and footwear. Call or visit us in Park City or learn more at sunandski.com. Remember, whatever your adventures may be, you can find all your gear here at Sun & Ski Sports.
Three years at the varsity level, at the running back position, one of the toughest positions for the offensive players. Wasatch's Chris Cook is going to be playing tonight, and we are very much so looking forward to him, as well as the entire Wasatch squad. We've talked to a whole bunch of people, the head coaches. We've talked to Mason Grover, but now it's time to talk to Chris Cook a little bit about his leadership. He's had to develop and become more of a leader on this team. He's more of a quiet guy, keeps to himself, but he knows that he needs to step up this senior year as a young Wasatch squad looks to go towards the state championship. Let's take it over to myself and Chris Cook. Hey everyone, right now we are here with one of the longest running football players in Heber Valley. We are here with Chris Cook of Wasatch High School. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yep. It's good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem, man. We are super happy to talk to you today. We wanted to talk to you a little bit about this upcoming season. You're 3 weeks away from your first game here on this field at Park City High School. How's the team looking? How are you feeling about the season?
Good. I mean, we got a lot of young guys that have been putting in the work. I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Yeah. There's a lot of young talent on this team. Are there any specific young players who you're looking forward to?
Yeah, Matt Kelson, the quarterback who you had on here. Looking forward to him. I mean, he's going to have to prove himself, but I'm looking forward to him. Carter Bucad, who will be an upcoming junior, who I'm looking forward to too. He's really been balling out at the 7-on-7s that we've been having. And then we have a couple offensive linemen that I'm looking forward to. And then, I mean, new defensive guys. We have quite a bit of returners from about each side of the ball. So we'll see how that goes. But
considering that you're a running back, probably the most important position for you is your offensive line. How good are they? How are they going to be able to open up holes for you? How good is this offensive line? I know they won that big 7-on-7 tournament a couple of weeks ago now, I think it was. How do you feel the offensive line is looking?
Good. I mean, last year, nobody on the offensive line was returning. It was a brand new line from guys who have been here 3 years, veterans, so it's a very big difference. And that's kind of when I recognized how big of a deal my offensive line was, because a little bit of struggle. And But we got 3 or 4 guys coming back that with some experience, so it should be better. I'm excited for it. So.
Speaking of experience, we mentioned it right before you turned on the cameras. This is the first time that we're kind of going into a season where you probably have the youngest team you've ever had, and you are probably the longest tenured player on this team. How is your leadership going to have to change this next year?
I've always been a quiet guy, when I'm, especially like in the team. But I need to take on a different role, especially. I mean, I've talked to coaches and my parents, and I just have a responsibility to make myself and talk to people and let them know and kind of be a mentor for them. So.
I watched some of your highlights. You are a very fun, shifty player. You can turn on a dime. It's unbelievable to watch. Who are some of your biggest role models, players that you've looked up to and watched as you've grown up?
My favorite running back was Saquon Barkley. Coming out of college, I'd watch him. He always just super shifty, just liked the way he played the game, and I love Christian McCaffrey too. Those 2 are probably my favorite ones.
How long have you actually played football yourself?
I started in the 6th grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
So actually, a lot of kids usually start a little bit earlier than that, but you're already here, and again, you're going to be one of the longest running players on this team. What have you learned from maybe your sophomore year up until right now as a senior? I know it's gone by fast, but what are some of the things that you've learned from when you were in the 10th grade to now going into 12th grade?
Things I've learned, especially you got to put in the work. I mean, I was going out of my freshman year, and we had Coach Sanford here. At the time, he said, you put on some pounds, and you have a really good shot with starting running back, because we had Zach Thacker, who was at the time leaving. And so I was like, all right. So I put on 30 pounds from 150 to about 180, and then it wasn't necessarily good weight, but, I mean, you got to put on the weight. And so ended up doing that, and then I just wanted more. Every year I'm just in the gym, and then I ended up gaining 10 more pounds this last year. But I just work hard, do your best. I mean, the speed of the game slows down for me, especially, going freshman to varsity as a sophomore, definitely super quick. That was the biggest thing. But now it's just normal to me now. But
we talked to Matt Kelson just a week ago, and he talked to me specifically about how excited he was for the Friday Night Lights. But I did mention to him, just 2 years ago, you were playing Pee Wee football, and now you're going to be playing under the Friday Night Lights. What was that transition like for you?
For me, I had a really rough start. So I went in my first play, ended up getting the air knocked out of me by a huge Barks. I don't remember his name, but and then went out, and then I came back in, had about a 15-yard run, then fumbled the ball. So back to back, it was pretty rough. And then I had Coach Coburn take me to the side and kind of give me a little talk, and basically just tell me to grow up. And then I came down here and scored about 20-yard touchdown, and then started ever since. So it's kind of rough.
Yeah, no, it's got to be kind of rough. Is the pressure bigger? Does it feel bigger once you have, the student sections here and everyone's going crazy, especially for a game like in 3 weeks when Park City's here? I'm assuming that their student section is going to be just as loud.
Yeah. I don't even notice the stands. I kind of just do it. I've always just tried to do what I can do and control what I can control. And I sometimes I get in my head and just I'm too focused, and I kind of just need to let myself loose and just have a little bit more fun.
What is the most fun thing for you about football? What's your favorite part?
I just like the energy. I like the competitiveness. I just like the contact. It's just nothing better than football.
This next season is going to be difficult. You've lost, I'm just thinking off the top of my head, Peter Muslar, Darius Edwards, Brecken Bowen, Kazon Villa is left now. What were some of those guys, and how much did they impact the team? And are there people that you think are going to be able to replicate the impact that they had last year?
Yeah, Law, Jaron, Josh, Peter, all great players. But we got Crew Erickson, who's a returning wide receiver, who put on 20 pounds from last year. He was about 6'1", 6'2", 190. So I'll be looking for him and you guys. But, as far as corners, we got some new guys coming up that I'm really impressed with that have the speed and technique. Wide receivers, a lot of young guys that have talent. So, they'll just have to show up, but I believe in them they can. But
3 weeks from now, Park City, It's going to be a big game. It's probably going to be the biggest game of the year, if I may say so, at least for us up there in Park City. I wanted to ask you specifically, how do you see that game playing out, and what are some of the keys to victory as you're here going to be on your home turf?
The keys to victory is just nonstop, just go, go, go. Just don't let off the gas. I mean, they're always tough, and it's a fun game. It's one of my favorite games to play. No hard feelings down in Park City, but it's just fun. The energy's fun. Everybody comes out. Just a good time. So,
how is the no huddle offense, do you think, is going to treat this young team?
I think he'll be good. I mean, we practice it every day. Just go, go, go. You definitely got to be in a little bit better shape because, I'll run 10, 5 yards, set the ball down, run back. It's no breaks. Especially for the receivers that running clear down the field and then running back. So, I think they'll be all right.
Final question for me. How many touchdowns are you predicting for yourself this year? You had 8 your junior season, 9 this last year. What do you think this year?
Let's go 15.
All right. Chris Cook, catch him here in 3 weeks, lighting up the Wasatch football field. Chris, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Hi guys, I'm Janet the Dairy King. We're famous here for our ice cream. We have 84 different kinds of shapes. We also have some amazing food. Our family's serving your family since 1946. We hope to see you soon here at the Dairy King.
Hey everyone, welcome back over to the Scoreboard. We're still here live at Dairy King. We're closing off the show with our very own field reporter, Brent Martindale. Welcome.
Thanks so much. This is so awesome. We are so excited for football.
We are so I just cannot wait for this. And you are actually going to be calling the game tonight. Is that correct?
That's right. Sting TV, and they'll be doing it with Park City TV. And we are just absolutely out of this world excited for the first game.
Well, Brent, we wanted to bring you on. We wanted to talk a little bit about all of the different talking points of this game. And there's a whole lot of them. A lot of big names left last year. A lot of young new names are going to be making their names here tonight in week 1. So let me ask you the first one. Who are you most looking forward to seeing here tonight at Wasatch?
Okay, well, for both teams, so many great things. Wasatch, obviously, there is this big, it's going to be the elephant in the room of a sophomore quarterback playing for Wasatch starting. And that's big. That's really, it's not that it hasn't happened in the past at Wasatch. They've had young quarterbacks before, but filling in those shoes, Kelson, it's going to be really interesting to see. He's a good kid, great arm, a little light, we'd say. But that's probably one of the biggest things to look for.
And that's one of the things we talked about with Mac. We asked him about his offensive line. We asked him about his speed, his agility. He likes to get out of the pocket. How is he going to do against a varsity team versus the JV team? He did great as a JV player, but the game picks up when you are playing at the varsity level.
I think the really interesting thing to say about that is that even some of those JV players play on the varsity. So it's not like he hasn't seen exceptional high-level speed. It will be a little different. I think you're talking about a Park City line, for example, that may not be as experienced as they were hoping. So it will be interesting. And for him to run out of the pocket like that, Park City's probably going to expect that. But it will depend on his speed and their ferociousness of wanting to get a sophomore quarterback.
Now, earlier this summer, we actually talked to Steve Coburn. You talked to Steve Coburn at the 7-on-7 tournament, and they were one of the best offensive lines in the entire state at that tournament. What do you think their offensive line is going to be able to do in terms of being able to protect Mac?
It's probably one of their big strengths coming back into the season. They lost a lot of great players, but boy, their line is big. And the big thing about it is they may not all be returning starters, but they got great time last year. Even if they were depth on the bench, they still got great experience. So it will be an interesting battle to see how Park City defense is able to do that.
So one of the other big storylines, we're going to move it over to Park City. We've got our running back, Mason Grover, who was on the show just a little bit ago. Fantastic player. Just in the game last year, 67 yards, 3 carries, and that was the end of his junior season. But I mean, that's an average of 22 yards per game. Let me ask you a little bit about what you think Mason Grover is going to mean to this Park City team.
So obviously something that they're so happy to have back is something like that when you lose great players. And it's absolutely, it's going to be devastating for defenses if you have the returning quarterback in Tabarachi who can throw and run, plus a huge running threat, devastating for defenses. So that is a huge key tonight for Park City in this game, to see how that experienced defensive line will do against some really experienced offensive figures.
One of the big interesting things about Mason as well is he going to be timid? You know, in this exact situation last year up at Park City, he went down with the injury. And so is he going to be timid when he's lining up against this Wasatch defense? It's going to be very fascinating to see where Mason Grover is at.
Sounds like he's pretty healthy. So I would imagine, if anything, there's going to be extra motivation and very little timidness is what I'm expecting.
We are very much so looking forward to that. We're going to play a couple of games here. We're going to do a little bit of over under. We're going to do a little buy or sell. So Brent, buy or sell. Chris Cook has 15 or more carries tonight. 5 times last year he carried 15 plus in the 2021 season. And so I want to ask you, is Chris Cook going to be carrying that much tonight?
So I am afraid that I'm going to have to say sell on that. The only reason is I know they would like them to, but he is still getting over an injury. I hope he's feeling good. But in some of the interviews, it sounded like it's not 100% yet. So in 2 ways, I hope he's effective, but in the other way, I hope Wasatch feels like they can use him without re-injuring him for future games. So I'm going to have to say sell.
We're going to stay on the running back track, and we're going to move over to Mason Grover. Okay. Buy or sell, Mason Grover scores at least 1 touchdown tonight.
I'm a buy on that. I think sometimes one of the weaknesses with the Wasatch defense was in the backfield. If a runner gets past that front line and the linebackers, they sometimes had a hard time keeping up. And that will be interesting to see. And Grover, that's what he did last year, is he ran big plays. And so that will be an interesting challenge. So I'm buy on that. I think he's going to have a big night.
A rapid fire over under. Chase Beyer is sacked over or under 2 times tonight.
I'm going to go ahead and say buy. I think, sacks, I think, again, both teams are going to be really putting pressure on these offensive figures. And so I'm going to say buy.
Well, Brent, we cannot wait for this game. You're going to be calling it with Sting TV as well as on Park City TV. We cannot wait for that. We can't wait for all of these storylines to come to fruition. We cannot wait to see what happens. Really quickly, who is your pick tonight to win the game?
I'm going to go ahead and take the experience of the lines and the special teams with Wasatch. Even though Park City has huge guns coming at us, coming at Wasatch, I'm going to go ahead and pick Wasatch. I'm going to say 21-14 is going to be the score that I think.
Well, Brent, thank you so much. And thank you so much to all of you for watching here tonight. We are so looking forward to this game. Make sure to stay tuned, and we will see you later tonight.